What up, Windermere? This is Tyler Davis Jones, and I'm going to walk you through what I do for my open houses. So come on. So first, what I like to do is really try to give agents a dedicated space to be able to put their cards. So usually I like to provide a little tray here. Just gives you a designated space where you know exactly where to put your cards. Second, of course, your flyers. Everybody knows this. Just making sure that you have that present, have a little stand. And if you listen in the background, I actually have some music playing. And the purpose for that is because you really want to set the tone of your open house. So when people walk in, that silence is not so awkward. I use a mini jam box. These things are like $100. It works off of Bluetooth. You compare it to your phone, you compare it to your computer. I usually use my computer because if I get a phone call, I don't really want that ringing over the speaker system. But you could get a Sonos, you could get any type of Bluetooth speaker is perfect, and that's extremely portable. I also like to bring flyers that have all of my contractors' information. So my general contractor, landscaper, roofer, electrician, plumber. It's just a really good resource for when someone comes in and maybe they have a question. All right, on to the technology portion. So for every listing, I like to do a video. On the video, it's just a walkthrough. It's a really great thing for social media, but basically it just highlights the area, getting drone shots, things like that. It's just pretty cool. Usually have that displayed. I also use Touch, formerly known as Touch CMA. Now I believe it's Engage or something like that. Sorry, Windermere. Anyways, yeah. So what I like to do is just display comps. You can't really see that well, but basically the comps right here. You've got recently sold, you've got pending listings. This is a really great piece of information when I'm having a conversation with someone who's asking about the neighborhood. You can easily be an expert because you have that data and it's just easily accessible. It's also great if you get into a great conversation with somebody, you can send that information to them. It's a value add anytime somebody walks in. So today, I got into a great conversation with somebody about the market, started talking about this particular information, and was able to say, hey, if you're not working for an agent, that's great. Identified that, and then I said, I'd love to be able to send you this if it's of value, and they totally said, yes, please send it to me. So it's a great way for lead generation. So the way I like to capture that information from people is using an app on my iPad. The app is called Open House Manager. There's another app called Open House App. Basically anything that's like a CRM that is capturing and easy for people to be able to write in. So it's just information. You can actually edit it to where it has all different questions like, are you pre-approved? Are you working with another agent? Like that type of stuff. I found that you get more engagement if you just have your email, your phone number, your name. Moving on, so if you work with CW Title, I'm sure other title companies do this, but I like to have them print a buyer book. So in it is the preliminary title. I also print the Form 17. For all of my listings, I would prefer to give a sewer scope and a pre-inspection because typically that garners multiple offers. So I include that in there as well. And then I rebrand the notebook with my actual branding. So something to think about. Typically buyers are really thankful, and it also positions you as a trusted advisor in their eyes. Okay, something that I recently just started doing this year is I decided to create my own banners. So this is one of my awesome clients. It's a client testimonial. It's got my logo on it. It's got buying shouldn't be difficult, if you can see that. Sorry for the selfie. Ultimately, it's just information that I think is most important that I want to highlight. Also, I've noticed that people who come in, especially like neighbors who are thinking about selling their house, they see that information and then they immediately go, oh, this guy's like legitimate. He is different than most other agents that are out there. Another thing that's extremely important in my opinion is silent talkers. Obviously, if you're doing a listing that is someone else's listing, then you can't necessarily put your own silent talkers up. But if it's your listing, having silent talkers is extremely important because it just jogs your memory when you're having a conversation with somebody, and it's a great opportunity for you to be able to highlight certain things that the owner has done. So for this particular house, they refinished the hardwoods just a month ago. So the hardwoods are beautiful. When people come in and say, are these the original hardwoods? I say, yeah, actually they refinished them in 2018, and it's not having to be on the top of my head. It's just a good way to jog your memory. All right, last but not least, open house signs. I believe I started out when I first got into the business, I only ordered 4 open house signs. I honestly think that to really be able to market the listing to the best of your ability, you need at least six open house signs. So go ahead and make that investment, spend an extra $100 or whatever it is, get 6 open house signs. Anyways, that's what I got. Price well, do a great job. You're the best trained agents in the world, and especially in the Northwest. And let's put a deal together. All right, peace.